back to the CarTARDs podcast, the hour talk show with no content and no preparation. We're getting back to some commentary today.
That's fucking painful. If I could reach through the internet and choke you, I fucking would.
I'm well
Just
aware
kidding.
of that.
I kind of like Mark.
Anyway,
He's like one of 3 people I know who know anything about cars.
yeah. So let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the new Crosstrek with its big block engine. By big block, I mean
It's Big Block EJ. That's actually fucking hilarious.
the Ford Bronco Sport, the 1908
1908 race around the world. Mark has
New York, the 1908 New York Paris race.
aneurysm.
And if we get to it, we'll talk about the new Tesla Model Y cargo space and the Mazda's new patented ultra compact exhaust. So let's get right into it as soon as I start a timer so I can timestamp shit. I always forget this. Sorry, Jacob. Alrighty.
Yeah, wait. Are you actually gonna fucking do it this time?
I just did. I just started it.
We editor applause. We need applause over that right now because this is massive. Editor, I just want applause.
Does that work?
No, I want applause, editor.
Motherfucker.
I mean, it is indeed a baromo because you actually did something fucking wrong. Yeah.
Anyway, let's start talking about the Subaru Crosstrek big block. So, the 2021. Oh wait, no. The first thing I wanted to talk about. Fuck, guys, I fucked up. It's fine. I wanted to talk about the Jeep Gladiator again because I changed my mind about the Jeep Gladiator. So more specifically, the Rubicon.
Grunt headshot noise.
I changed my
Mark has come
mind.
back into the realm of being a reasonable human being, whereas instead of being a salty Jeep Puritan about the Gladiator, he likes it now.
Because I kind of hated the look, but I've warmed up to it. I've warmed up to the look. I've gotten a little more used to the weird, like, boxy back end with the fucking. Oh god. Okay, I still hate the taillights. The taillights are awful. Can we just get that out of the way? Taillights are awful. They look like the the Jeep, not the Jeep Compass. What was that Jeep that had those weird, like,
The X
taillights?
taillights.
Yeah, the X ones.
Yeah,
What
that
was
would be the fucking Renegade.
Renegade.
It's a joke. No one likes the Renegade. Anyone who buys a Renegade is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So Jeep.
They're better than the Renegade. They just look like a fucking hourglass. But I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, they kind of look like the Renegade. They remind me too much of the Renegade taillights,
Yeah.
and I just cringe when I think about that car.
Yeah,
so.
we don't talk about the Renegade.
Anyway, I've warmed up to it. It's actually pretty cool. It can ford up to 30 inches of water. I thought that was really cool. It's got an optimized wheelbase, which not completely. Ooh, 4-to-1 transfer case. Wow, that's cool.
Okay.
And it's got locking front and rear differentials, which is cool. Because
It actually has some amazing off-road potential for what it is.
also, it's got an electronic disconnecting sway bar, which is really cool. So, like, you can just drive it normally and take it for a long drive and have it actually drive on a road nicely and corner, kind of.
Yeah.
But then when you want to take it and you want that, like, huge amounts of what's that called?
Sway.
Well, not okay. Sure, fine. You want that huge amounts of sway, articulation, and you want like a huge amount of articulation on your wheels. You can get that just by pressing a button. Like, that's all you have to do is just press a button, which is awesome.
What the fuck are you freaking out about?
It's got wheel-to-wheel steel rock rails to protect the sills on the cab.
Ooh.
Well, the steel rock.
Jeep's off-road game has been untouchable. I hate their cars since 2012 because those things are about the most unreliable things ever. But when it comes to off-road, you can't fucking beat Jeep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although, like
I'll give them a round of
Compass
applause on that.
and
But other than that,
Renegade
I'll
were just
continue
kind of
to.
shit.
Well, we don't talk about those. Those are Jeeps for city folk.
They're not
Jeeps.
Just like the Mustang Mach-E is not a real Mustang.
Just like the four-cylinder Mustang is not a real Mustang.
I don't know. I still consider that more of a Mustang than the Mach-E because the Mach-E
but
is
like,
a
why would
fucking
you
SUV.
Why would you waste a Mustang frame and chassis on something that has a four-cylinder in it?
It's a turbo four-cylinder.
Okay, that's just my car with the Mustang body.
Yeah.
But instead of making 180 horsepower to the wheels, it makes like 320 because Ford EcoBoost is fucking terrifying.
Like, it's not a bad car. I still consider it. I don't consider it like a fast Mustang, and I'd be pissed off if they named that like the GT350 or something. But they don't. So I'm fine with it. I consider it a Mustang. It's still a two-door car.
It shares more Mustang DNA than the Mach-E ever will.
It'll be a fastback.
Anyway, back to the Gladiator.
Yeah,
well done, Jeep.
I like how you click on like it's got Fox shocks, and you click on that and it says add some shock value.
Bruh.
Branded Fox aluminum bodied 2-inch diameter shocks transform the performance of Gladiator by using race-proven damping control to provide a comfortable on-road ride and predictable off-road handling even in the toughest conditions. So what you're saying is it's basically a trophy truck.
Yeah. With a truck bed.
It's also got a lot of undercarriage protection, it looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of like what Ford did with the Raptor, with the fucking scrape plate and just the amount of fucking beef they threw at the underside of that thing to say, yeah, we know you retards are gonna jump it, so here's a chance it won't shatter every time you do it.
Yeah. So the engine is a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 engine, which is, I think that's a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
Because it's still pretty economical as a V6 and only 3.6 liters.
Yeah.
But it makes 285 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, 16 to 23 mpg city highway, and 7,000.
You can get it as a manual.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hello,
but,
Jeep.
Also 7,650 pounds for towing capacity.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Which is hella impressive.
Because like it's not trying to market itself as something like a Ford Super Duty where it's going to be towing your entire work trailer and 8,000 pounds of rock. It's a Jeep. It's for outdoorsy people.
Yeah.
Right. It's Jeep DNA, but with a truck and a truck bed, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, and it's trail rated and everything. It's cool. Like it's actually pretty cool, and it's a small truck. Like it's still big. It's bigger than like a Toyota
Ranger.
Tacoma Ranger.
Yeah.
But it's small enough that I feel like you could probably still make a U-turn without having to turn it into a 3-point on a normal road. And that's
well,
really
and its engine's most likely transverse, so or longitudinal.
I
feel like it's longitudinal, so it actually has some actual good steering lock on it.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, if I had $40,000 to load a truck, I'd buy a fucking Gladiator right now, dude. Not gonna lie.
Honestly.
Holy fuck, yeah. Mostly just because it has a manual.
Yeah. Honestly. New Gladiator.
Yeah, we get this bitch in black. Though I mean, I'm just gonna build a Gladiator I can't afford on Jeep right now. Don't mind me.
Yeah, it's got a longitudinal engine, not transverse.
Yeah, no, transverse would fucking murder any turning potential it had. It wouldn't make any sense. Well done, Jeep.
Well, that's not really the way the engine's mounted doesn't really affect the turning radius that much.
Dog. Dude, no, both of the vehicles that are front engine transverse in my house have the worst turning radius. The fucking truck that we have that's longitudinal turns tighter than my old TC does.
Yeah, but that's a truck. It's just designed to have a tighter turning radius.
Yeah, and our old fucking boat Tahoe turns sharper than a Honda Accord does. Even though Honda Accords can't turn for shit, but...
Well, yeah, so the thing is, like, my Subaru can't turn at all. But that's just because it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system kind of makes it ass at having a tight turning radius.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the Quattro all-wheel lets the fucking Audi turn pretty tight. Because, not to shit on Subaru, but Quattro does an amazing job for what it fucking does. Subaru still probably has the best all-wheel drive in the industry, but Quattro is right up there. Yeah, dude. Fucking go Jeep. Optional 6-speed manual. Oh my god, Jeep, come here. All your transgressions may have just been forgiven. I also had to play diagnostics for one of my teammates today whose transmission started to slip. Poor girl, her fucking, she was going up one of Lewiston's notorious hills, and like it just fucking stuttered up the hill on a full tank of gas. So I'm just like, yeah, check your fucking fluid and pray.
Yeah. Did she have any fluid in it at all?
Well, that's the thing. Her hood doesn't open because she bought a piece of shit car and she doesn't know anything about cars. So, and I don't have the patience to deal with her to try and open her hood.
Good.
So yeah, so I told her just to take it somewhere.
Yeah, but anyway, this thing, the Jeep Gladiator, can ford 30 inches of water. That's pretty impressive. Obviously, it's got a great 4-wheel drive system, like any Jeep would.
Yeah.
It can, rock crawl a bit. It can do, and it's stock, like it can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's got really nice articulation. I'm curious because I was reading something and it was saying something about having independent front suspension. I don't know if this car actually has independent front suspension or not.
It doesn't look like it, just from the way it sits. But I also wouldn't be shocked, considering it's a Jeep and they're, that's kind of their thing. Beef everything off-road.
Well, like, the thing is, in general, with an off-road car, generally they have non-independent front suspension.
Yeah.
Got a solid axle because you can articulate a little better that way, and an articulation to on one side, it causes the other side to articulate the same way.
Exactly.
Which helps tilt the whole
vehicle.
Yeah, which helps you get over rocks and stuff really nicely.
Yeah.
Whereas with the because the pivot location is farther out because it's pivoting around the other tire instead of the thing. But yeah, I'm looking at something here. It's really hard to see. Okay, so it looks like it has non-independent front suspension. Which is fine.
I mean, it'll work.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for off-road.
Yeah.
It just makes it so you can't really change. You can't. The front wheels have to act the same way. So, like, it doesn't camber around turns, and you can flip it pretty easily if you're not careful.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know how to drive. Which a lot of people don't, so that's one thing. But yeah, the sway bar disconnect system is really cool.
So I just googled it. It's got 44 front and rear solid axles. Go Jeep.
Dana 44.
I think so. Just as Dana 44.
Yeah. Yep. Dana. I think Dana something or other is what they use in like the Jeep Cherokee. Danas are pretty popular solid axles, and that's what, like, if you get like a Dana 60 rear end, that's what they put in, like, purpose-built drag cars that have like a lot of torque. So
so they don't fucking twist an axle into the fucking spiral staircase.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving on.
That was my mind changed on the Jeep Gladiator.
Yeah, so, I'm proud of Mark. He's come a long way.
Okay.
All right. Crosstrek.
2021 Subaru Crosstrek is getting
Big
a
block.
more powerful engine. Big block, 2.5 liter. So this is cool because the Subaru Crosstrek was always kind of like, it's kind of meh in the form of power. Like you could, you know, it
like
would go.
its only saving grace was how tight its gears were, so it felt like you were getting going. But then you look down and you're only going 60 after your foot to the floor through all 4 gears, or through the first 4 gears, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or you had the CVT, which
when
pretty good
you
at
wanted to
transferring
end
power.
your life.
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it wasn't quickly reactive, but it would choose a good gear to help you accelerate really fast if you wanted to. But, or a good gear ratio. It was continuously various, so no gears. But anyway, 2.5 liter would be super cool. And if they keep the manual,
oh my god, the potential on that. That'd be so much fun. Because what don't the Legacies already have 2.5s?
I don't know, but what they're saying is what Car and Driver says is we assume it will be available only with the CVT and all-wheel drive, as we don't expect these upper-level Crosstreks to offer a 6-speed manual like the base and premium trim models do. I feel like that could or could not be true. I feel like it'll probably just be a special order thing. Like you can order it with the manual and the 2.5 liter if you really want it. They just won't have it at dealerships. But I feel like they'll still make them. They just won't make as many of them for the manual. I don't know. Who knows? 2.5 still isn't like 2.5 and naturally aspirated isn't a whole lot more.
I mean, there's no replacement for displacement, baby.
Yeah, but it's still not a whole lot more than 2 liters. Like, I had a 2.5 liter V6, or I have a 2.5 liter V6 in my Mazda MX-6.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, they're fast, stock, but not, like, fast. And
well, yeah,
they weigh,
but this is a Crosstrek. It's
less.
not meant to be fast. It's just meant to be like, hey, that's pretty good. No.
It go fast.
It's meant for the average person who lives in Boise, Idaho, to feel good about driving it downtown and then take it up to McCall for the weekend. That's literally
go fast.
Have you seen the dude who dropped a Subaru WRX engine and transmission into a Crosstrek? That was that was funny.
Was it fast?
Yes. They literally just dropped a Crosstrek body on a WRX.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the easiest way to make it fast.
I don't know why you'd want the WRX transmission. That thing's a piece of shit.
It's just because it's a little stronger.
It's not. I feel like the 6-speed for the Crosstrek is stronger. Maybe not. I might be wrong there. But like the 5-speed WRX transmission is a piece of garbage transmission. They go out so often. To be fair though, it's not. I mean. It is the design, the OEM's fault on that one, because they designed it in such a way that the car will not like accelerate quickly from a standing start without like either launching it really hard or redlining it in first gear and then just bang shifting it into second, and it's so poor. That car is so poorly geared. They need either a shorter first gear or something. Like, oh my god, it's so poorly geared. They should have just put a 6-speed in it and just said, fuck it, make all the gears tighter.
Yeah, isn't that just what they did with when they actually started putting 6 speeds in them in like, what was it, 2014, 2015?
I don't know, probably.
Because like I get mixed things about those 6 speeds in WRXs. Like it's geared short, but like it's still a 6-speed, and like sometimes you're content with it, and sometimes you're like, Subaru, what the fuck? I feel like it's an across the board Subaru thing. You're just like, hey, this is cool, but also Subaru, what the fuck? Agree, disagree, Mark.
Sorry, I'm texting. I'm texting while on the podcast. I'm a bad host.
Motherfucker. Chat, can we get a fuck mark in the chat? Right down there in the comments. Why the fuck did I... There's no Twitch chat here. Monka S.
There's no Twitch chat. Not that we have any viewers anyway.
Someday we might stream this, who knows?
Yeah, someday when... You gotta start the CarTARDs.
The CarTARDs weekly stream.
Yeah.
where like I could literally just be playing Forza while we do this for something to watch.
Well, I was thinking...
Oh, that might melt my computer, though.
I could play Dirt Rally while we, as something to watch.
I think they'd rather watch someone who's better at Dirt Rally play Dirt Rally.
Oh, that was mean. I hate Dirt Rally.
Sure you are, buddy.
Hey, you haven't seen me actually play with my own,
with your stupid-ass controls that you have?
Yeah, my own controls. You haven't seen me do that. I'm decent at Dirt Rally.
I've evolved with Dirt Rally to only being able to play the front bumper angle. I can only play that game off the front bumper for some reason. Like everything else is too distracting. I just keep vibration on.
Gauges.
I just like the game gauge, and then literally from there, it's just like if I can see the car, I'm instantly distracted because I just watch the rear end of the car. The whole fucking time, just hit everything. But if I'm on the front bumper angle, I mean, it's like, and I just watch replays like, oh yes, if I was watching this in chase cam, I would have shit the bed 18 fucking times because of just the shit I can do in front bumper. Because like I can just tell by the vibration when the ass end kicks out, and also just by which direction the car is pointing. But yeah, I've also been like thinking about buying a fucking wheel and pedal setup. But I don't want to spend $1,000 on that.
Yeah, I don't want to
spend $1,000 on that. Because I will.
Yeah, I have one I bought for $5 like 10 years ago, and it was used at that point.
I was gonna say, well, because like I'd buy like the whole tube chassis shit with the actual racing chair instead of just buying a Logitech wheel, and yeah, I'd go all in on that shit, dude.
That's dumb.
Nah, but I really want to get into sim racing. That'd be so much fun.
Why don't you just race autocross with me?
Because I don't have a car to throw at autocross.
No, you can race my car.
Oh Christ! I don't want to ruin your car.
I'll just tell you to be careful with it. And
Mark, you know me. You know saying the words "be careful" and me do not go.
You're careful with the WRX when you drove it a couple times.
Yes, because that's a road car. You get me on a track, bad things happen.
Just don't launch it and don't bang shift it, and it's fine. To be honest though, now the now the transmission has better mounts, and so it probably won't break as easily.
Yeah, it's a start.
So like,
all right, before we get too far down this rabbit hole, Ford Bronco Sport? Question mark?
Ford Bronco Sport. Yes, we are moving on, folks, to the Ford Bronco Sport. It's based on the Escape.
Whip.
I hate it already.
Yeah, Ford, you had something really good going for you.
Okay.
We wanted to believe.
It's not quite a crossover. It's close. It's dangerously close to being a crossover, but it's not.
Have you seen that picture with fucking Stan Smith from American Dad, and like instead of like the terrorist threat meter, it's like the gay meter, and it's like teetering on I and like you gay. Instead of teetering on Bronco versus crossover, that's where it's like right there on the line, and Stan Smith's just staring at it, just like
It's teetering on the crossover.
It's teetering on the sus meter.
Anyway,
it's like Ford, you sus, but
it's supposedly the Ford Bronco Sport is going to debut before the actual Bronco, which I think is stupid. That's like, bizarre. Why are you like, oh yeah, we're releasing a Ford that's like Bronco Sport before we released the actual Bronco. That's
Yeah.
like
Because why not?
it's like that's like Peterbilt making a trailer before they make their truck.
Here's this trailer. It's 35 feet long. You can put. I don't know how the fuck they measure.
How do
what
I
they
pull
hold.
this trailer?
Oh, that's coming next year. Don't you worry. Yeah, buddy, we're gonna snap a big old motherfucking truck on the front of this thing, but that shit ain't coming until next year, buddy.
Wait, so how do I make money for this whole year with just a trailer?
Good luck.
I guess I can just rent it as storage space.
Yes. You have figured it out.
Sunday.
Sunday. Monster Jam.
Sunday. Every time I've
Featuring such trucks such as Grave Robber,
Grave Digger,
Motherfucker, and literally new to this year, Buck. Yeah, you heard me right. The truck's name is Buck. First 100 spectators in the store get kicked in the dick. $10 gets you a seat, but you only need the edge.
Oh, God. Grave Digger,
Grave
Monster
Robber,
Mutt,
Grave Robber, Child Rape, the Monster Truck.
Oh wait, can we not say Grave Digger on the podcast? Is that
I don't know. That's why I was making up fake names.
Oh, that's a good idea. Because I was about to search up like different monster truck names and just start saying them, but
featuring new trucks such as I Fucked Your Mom, Grave Robber, Child Molester, and new to this year, Fuck.
Oh God, Child Molester.
This one's just called Misogyny on Wheels. Be there or be a faggot. I could make a career out of that, dude.
Oh God.
Monster Jam, where you at? I'll shoutcast all your commercials for the next 20 years.
Oh God.
You can pay me in car parts.
We'll just so I'll edit that small part of the podcast, and I'll just put a shit ton of echo and turn down the pitch a little bit, and that way it'll just be like Grave Digger
coming this Sunday to the Taco Bell Sports Fest Bowl. It's monster trucks on ice on dirt.
Monster trucks on ice on dirt.
And the halftime show is literally cock and ball torture. That's right, some dude getting his fucking dick and ball stomped on for 15 minutes straight. Feel the torture. I just hit a deer. I didn't know you could hit the deer in Forza.
Wait, God damn it, Jacob.
I am
You
sorry.
got mad at me for texting on.
Yes, but at least when I do my thing, I don't sit there quietly sucking my thumb. Bitch.
Okay, it's hard to talk and text at the same
No,
time.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, boomer.
Oh God damn it.
Mark's a boomer. Mark's a
I'm
boomer in the
not.
comments.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
It's too late. Featuring a new truck into the lineup. Mark's a boomer.
The new truck name is just Okay Boomer.
Boomersaurus. 10-4 dinosaur indeed. Wow, my nose is runny. Send help.
Yeah, can you not sniff into the mic?
What do you want me to do? Hear this atrocious noise every time I mute my mic? Me to come back?
It's not that bad.
Are you kidding? Some of my buddies say it just sounds like and then I'm back.
No, it's just like a click.
Sus.
Anyway, I have food in my mouth. All right. So yeah, the Bronco Sport. I don't know why it's coming out like fucking a year early. That was a huge like. Why did we talk so long about that?
You know, I don't.
We haven't
really
even talked about the engine yet.
Yeah, Mark, talk about the engine.
Back to Carmen Terry.
I'm gonna die.
So you can either get. So presumably, you can either get the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder or the 2 liter 4-cylinder in the Bronco Sport, and possibly an optional hybrid model. That sounds atrocious.
Hybrid? Ford, you're like asking me to kill myself.
The hybrid Escape? Well, not always. They had a hybrid Escape for a couple years, and then they stopped having one, and then they had it again. I don't know. It was like 2008. Anyway, they had an Escape hybrid, so a Bronco Sport might come in hybrid or might not, because you can get the Escape with a hybrid. I don't think it'll be useful as an off-road. It's like I said, it's dangerously close to being a useless crossover. Although it looks like there's a lot of room in the wheel wells for the wheels to articulate. I'm not really sure. The renders are not like what I'm seeing. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's a little bit too computer touched, most of these renders, but like the picture of it, it's it's really shitty, like white and black digital camo. It literally looks like a fucking Range Rover but smaller. And it makes me kind of sad.
Yeah. The one you can see ones where it hides the body in like the tarp thing.
Yeah.
And it looks.
I don't get why car companies do that to us. Like, I understand there's a point where like they want to have a bigger reveal, but like, don't fucking tease us with that shit. Because like at the same time, we're stupid enough to have a hard enough time as humans to figure out what the fuck that looks like, but we're also like, oh, okay, I can kind of see how stupid this might look.
Yeah, it just
Bored.
makes it, I mean, I think it's the only way they could really do it well if they want to actually hide what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really a better way to do it.
There's really not. Unless they just like build completely enclosed indoor testing facilities, which they won't.
Yeah.
I just love when that picture of the C8 just got leaked because it was fucking rolling through a McDonald's drive-thru in Michigan. That I'm like, ah, yes. The people who test these cars are just as stupid as we are. Whip.
I want to drive a C8.
I want to drive it just to see what it fucking feels like.
Yeah. But yeah,
like,
I
it's
don't
either
know.
one of those things where it's such a difference over a regular C7, where it's like, yeah, the millions invested into the R&D for this was worth it, or it was just like, or it's just kind of meh, and we're just gonna look at Chevy like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a question I find myself asking almost every major car manufacturer over the last 5 years. Is just why, how, and what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, because so many cars, they're really, you can tell they're kind of trying. They're really trying, but it's hard to keep alive like the spirit of
it's so
car culture
hard.
while still keeping especially with all the regulations and stuff. It's hard to keep alive that culture because they don't want things to change, but things should change. Blah, blah, blah,
It's
blah,
like
blah, blah.
that's literally how we got not Modern Warfare, but Advanced Warfare for fucking Call of Duties, because everyone who played COD was like, we want something new, you bastards. And then they gave us Advanced Movement, and they said, no, not like that. And then we got Advanced Movement for 4 straight years, and then they literally just started shitting out Modern Warfare again.
Yeah. It's so.
I will say though, I don't think that Advanced Warfare deserved the flack that it got, because Advanced Warfare was probably one of the greatest CODs to come out of the last decade. But Infinite Warfare was bullshit. Black Ops 4 was pretty not Black Ops 4. Black Ops 3 was pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
Ghost was good. No one gives Ghost enough credit.
I never played it. I stopped playing Call of Duty.
Didn't really miss out on much. Because, like, honestly, after Advanced Warfare, most of the CODs just took a downhill turn.
Yeah. I haven't played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2.
Yeah, you're not missing out on too much. Black Ops 2 is probably where COD.
Yeah. COD was, like, on the downward slope at that point. Because they're realizing that they're just starting to turn into the same game released every year.
Well, I mean, they were up until advanced movement, and then they stepped away from that. But then you just got 4 years of advanced movement spin-offs, and now we're back to boots on the ground spin-offs. My PC needs to restart. I literally just restarted it 5 minutes ago. What the fuck, Windows?
Good.
I'm gonna restart it right after this. We still have 20 minutes of airtime to fill.
Yeah, we have like 26.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, yeah, the Ford Bronco Sport, really not much known about it yet, but we do know that it's gonna be like, it's gonna have a front engine transverse axis V6, or front engine transverse axis, and all-wheel drive probably. It's gonna be basic. It's probably just gonna be a little bit more off-road tuned version of the Escape. That's all I'm gonna see it as being right now, because I don't know enough about it. But yeah, without further ado, let's talk about the 1908 New York to Paris race. This is one of the funniest fucking races ever. It's really funny. So basically, this is one of the first like big endurance races that they had. Yeah, and it, like 1908. So
motorsport was in its early years.
Yeah, like the Model T wasn't even really a thing yet.
I mean, we have to imagine that after the second car was ever made, these fuckers looked at each other and said, "You want to race?" But like, it's basically the birth of endurance racing. It has to be. But like,
yeah,
it's the weirdest endurance race you'll ever fucking hear about.
Yeah. No, it's whack. So basically, they were like, well, let's have a race. Let's have a race all the way around the world. So they decided to start it in New York City. Mm-hmm. There were 6 contestants at the beginning. There were French, Italian, I think. French, Italian. French, Italian, German, and US racers, right?
Yes.
And they all started in New York. Basically, it was really funny because even the start of this race was a shit show because they were waiting for this guy to show up that was supposed to start the race, and they had like a band there, and the band played the songs and everything. Everybody was ready to go. It's like, you guys ready? And they're like, yeah. All the racers were like, yeah. Even the ones that didn't speak English, they're like, yes. and because they probably didn't even know what they were answering. They're just like, yes. And he's just like, all ready? And they're like, all ready. And basically, they waited around for like 14 minutes for the guy to show up. They're like, because it was supposed to start like at 11, and they're like, okay, you guys ready? And they're still waiting. They waited around for like 15 minutes. Everything got all awkward and silent. The racers are just like sitting there in their cars, revving the engines, just like waiting. They're like, God damn it. And finally, the guy still hasn't shown up. This guy just fucking some guy, I don't remember his name, but he just fucking grabs the gun and just fucking fires it and starts it at like 11:15 a.m. And
fuck it, we going.
And so they went, and they were driving through the U.S. to San Francisco, right? There are so few paved roads that a lot of the time, because
the like, OG Cannonball Run, dude.
Yeah. A lot of the time, they have to straddle locomotive rails and ride with their cars tie to tie. The best part about this, they started it on February 12th.
Hey, yeah.
in 1908. February 12th. This is back before snow tires, before all-wheel drive, before any of that shit. And they're like, oh yeah, let's have a race all the way around the world.
Jesus Christ.
February 12th. They fucking started in the middle of winter in New York. You can see right in some of the pictures of this, they have chains on their tires.
Yes.
Like, whose idea? And then the full race. So they're racing and they at some points it's so slow. Jacob, what did you say earlier?
Yeah, there was a fucking point between through Siberia and Mongolia or some shit like that. I was looking at the Wikipedia where they were no longer measuring forward progress in miles per hour. It was measured forward progress was measured in feet for a day. Because these motherfuckers were like, oh yeah, balls to the wall, and they're going like a foot an hour.
Because they had to fucking pull it out every 2 seconds. They'd drive like a foot forward and get stuck again.
Let's go.
Fucking Siberia. What the fuck? Whose idea was this? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's just a fucking meme.
Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, they get all the way to San Francisco, and then they go to Valdez, Alaska.
Valdez.
And so most of the roads were cobblestone, shitty roads. They finally get to Valdez, Alaska, right? And they're like, all right, so now we just need to take the ice bridge. We just need to take the ice bridge across the Bering Strait so we can get to Russia. Well, the ice bridge had melted 20,000 years ago. 20,000 years ago. What the fuck was going through their head? They're like, oh yeah, we checked it like last week. There's still an ice bridge there. No! There's no ice bridge there. It's fucking gone. There's nothing left. That was 20,000 years ago. What are you thinking? So they're like, okay, well, we don't know what to do. And basically the Americans on the Thomas Flyer were the first ones there, and they're like, well, we're kind of fucked here. So while the other teams are catching up to them, they finally say, okay, you guys can take a ship and ship your car to Japan and then to Russia and carry on through Europe.
Yes.
You're allowed to do that. And so they finally ship their cars and they finally get to Japan, and at this point the Americans have been passed by the other teams, by a couple of the other teams, and they're like, well, fuck. So they're trying to catch up again, and they finally catch up. A couple more teams drop out. Some of the teams didn't even make it off the line. They were just like, when they finally get to Paris, when the first team finally gets to Paris, it's been 169 days, and the longest automobile race in the history of automobile racing.
Ta-da! Suck it, Lamar. You ain't got
Fucking
shit on the 1908.
169 days. What the fuck?
Imagine not having shit on the 1908 New York to Paris. Le Mans, Lemon, same thing.
But yeah, these people, so when they were going through Siberia and Manchuria,
that's
fucking
right.
Endless just shit show.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
The spring thaw was so bad that they just, they were going feet per day. It's what the fuck?
No, it happens to the best of us.
Eventually, they got better roads in like Europe.
Yeah, they got to
And,
like stone and some dirt eventually.
But the Germans arrived in Paris 4 days earlier than the Thomas Flyer, but have
cheating.
penalized a total of 30 days for not going to Japan.
What?
For shipping the Protos part of the way by rail car.
I'm sorry, they were faster, so they won.
They sent
they
their
were
car
faster
in a train and didn't even go to Japan. They fucking missed half the course.
Listen, it just sounds like someone's mad because they were innovating.
No. They fucking cheated, dude.
No, they're just fast.
Cheated and we won because Americans win everything.
We do? Well, I mean, we are back-to-back World War champs.
We won.
So.
We won Vietnam. We won.
No one won Vietnam.
We won Vietnam, right?
No one won Vietnam. Fucking Agent Orange won Vietnam. That's about it.
Yeah, and who made Agent Orange?
Us.
The U.S. Yep, we won.
But we did not win Vietnam. No one won Vietnam. Oh my god. Yay, Vietnam!
Yay, Agent Orange!
Yay, Vietnam! The trees, oh god, oh fuck.
The trees are talking.
The trees are speaking, Mark.
The Vietnam flashbacks.
Oh god.
So,
this here's Creedence Clearwater Revival blaring over the speakers.
Some people say, race to wave the flag. Ooh, that red, white, and blue.
Yeah, me! Yeah, me! I'm working in the sun! Some folks are born.
Nice little karaoke session. That's gonna sound like shit.
Silver spoon in hand.
Ooh, that red, white, and blue.
Anyway, Model Y. Whip.
Model Y. I don't want to talk about a Tesla. Yeah.
But we like Tesla.
No, we don't.
Elon, you're cool. I like Tesla. I like Tesla just for Elon.
Yeah, Elon. I'll admit, I do like Elon.
Elon is probably my favorite billionaire because he's just so wholesome.
Yep.
Eat the rich, eat the rich, eat the rich. Shut the fuck up. We like Elon Musk.
Yeah, I don't hate Elon Musk. So a lot of people have been like not penalizing. Have been like, oh, you know, it's just like a slightly scaled up Model 3. You know, it's not that big. It's not useful because it's just a Model 3 that's taller, right? So we're like, but apparently it's got like decently sized cargo space. It really doesn't look like
it's got the frunk.
It looks like about the same cargo space as my WRX. I'll be honest, which is not that much because like it looks like a lot at first because it goes so far back, but because of the way the tailgate curves in towards the inside of the car, you can't actually
cutting
fit
a lot
that
of
much
space
in there. And it makes it really hard to put like skis and stuff in there, anything that.
Well, I mean, you can lay down the back seats.
And yeah, but it's still like, it makes it a lot harder. Just from my experience with that kind of trunk lid, it makes it really hard to fit stuff in there, even when you do lay the seats down. So that's just
the website claims 66 cubic feet, and I don't know if that's assuming for laying down. Yeah, that's probably assuming laying down the rear seats too.
Yeah, I would guess.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
that's probably like a CFD, or it's probably like a computer computation based off like
they're taking every millimeter they can get. Yeah,
the little inch below the seats that you can shove shit under.
Hey, you gotta make every little bit count.
I mean, I have a toolkit under my seat I didn't mean to put it there, but I put it on the floor behind the seat, and it ended up under the seat when I stopped really fast. And now it's still there.
You can't put shit underneath the seats in my car, because like literally it's just filled in.
Yeah, we still don't know what the ground clearance of the Model Y is.
Does that matter? I don't think anyone's gonna take a Model Y off-road, Mark.
Oh, that's true. I wouldn't want to take it off-road.
I don't think anyone in their right mind would want to take it off-road.
Yeah, again, it's an electric car, and
if you're taking that shit off-road, you're a special kind of stupid. I'm sorry.
Wasn't it designed to be kind of an off-road car?
There's no fucking way. The only thing that might say that is the fact that it has all-wheel drive. That's about it.
Is it? What is it? What is the Model Y supposed to even be?
No, that's a good question.
Like, is it a? Oh, okay. So it's like a crossover.
Designed for safety.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's like smaller than a crossover though. It's
a non-off-road SUV.
This is dangerously close to being a crossover.
Yeah. Well, I think it is, just minus the off-road capability.
Yeah, they don't claim it as being an off-road car. I like that.
Frankly, if you're using an electric vehicle for off-road, then you have something else going on behind the scenes. Because you're not in your right mind. You are a literal smooth brain.
God, I don't mind Teslas. I hate the infotainment system. I hate that everything is on that fucking touchscreen. In general. They're so dumb. What is the point?
I finally got my hands on my dad's new truck, and it's nice and all, but I don't like having to sort through the fucking iPad in the middle of the console to get to the fucking radio controller.
Like, if I want to turn down the temperature in my car, all I have to do is grab that dial to the far left and just yank it all the way over, and I can turn the heat down.
Well, and that's all you should ever have to do. That's the one thing I'll give Chevy on the 2018 Silverado is they kept climate control its own separate thing if you want it to be.
And it should be. And the radio volume control should just be a fucking knob, and it should be there all the time. You shouldn't have to fucking sort through shit.
I like the radio control buttons on the back of the steering wheels that are in some modern cars. Yeah. I like that. Or like even the ones that are like on the front face of the steering wheel. Those are pretty nice. Like I miss that. That's one thing I miss on my like I went from a car from 2007 to a car from 2001. That's one of those modern luxuries I miss, is having control of my radio volume on my steering wheel.
It is kind of nice. I don't see a huge problem with just reaching over to change the volume, because I don't change the volume all that much. Yeah. I do skip songs a lot though, so like a skip button I could see being really nice. Because I can just click, 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 click until I find the song I want, and not the whole Beatles album that I have on my driving playlist still.
Yeah, when we were going up to shoot that video, Mark, we sat at did we sit at a light, or did we just sit in the parking lot? You were trying to figure out how to skip through that entire fucking playlist.
No, I was driving while skipping that playlist.
We're driving, and Mark's just poke, 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 poke in the middle of downtown. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, I have an entire Beatles album, 2 entire Beatles albums, and some more just songs from the Beatles on my driving playlist that I use when I drive to like Boise or whatever. And I have that playlist queued up. What? One of what kind of people? What are you talking about?
You put entire albums on playlists.
Okay, it's nice to just get a large playlist that you know will last a long time.
Yeah, that's why
I don't want to have to fumble.
That's why I just take all the music I like. So like my main playlist, it's like almost 24 hours of music, and it makes absolutely no sense because it goes from like goofy country to screamo to like classic rock.
I like a kind of specific kind of music when I'm driving, especially long distance. I like to have a kind of specific music, and the albums are more just for fillers than anything. Like I just needed more music time in there. Usually I skip it, but sometimes I just listen to it anyway because I'm like, yeah, I'll just listen to it, and this way I don't have to worry about running out of music when I'm driving.
Say me and my buddies actually sat down for like a week, and we built a playlist with songs all from before 2010 when music was still on an uphill climb, and we have 15, 16 hours of the music, so I usually use that on my drives, especially from Boise to Lewiston. I'm
not good at making playlists, so.
Well, but the only qualifier for that playlist was it had to be before or in 2010. That's it. Like it ranges from like Billy Joel to Bruno Mars, to the fucking Boondocks.
Wait, there's no Billie Eilish?
There's no Billie. Fuck up. There's no Billie Eyelash, Mark. I love Billie Eilish, not gonna lie. She's a gamer. Just kidding, I don't know shit about her. She's weird, but like I vibe with it. The first time I watched her music video, I was a little scared, but like now I was like
it sounds like the Plants vs. Zombies theme. That's all I hear when I listen to that song. I'm like, hey, Plants vs. Zombies, and I start thinking about pea shooter plants and sunflowers and
yes, dude.
Potato sat and.
Did you ever play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare? Like the first-person shooter Plant vs. Zombies game?
No.
Or third person? That shit's fucking hilarious.
No, I just played the Plants. I like Plants vs. Zombies because it's such a simple, just like tower defense game that you can.
Yeah. It's like Papa's Pizzeria. It's just casual. You've never played Papa's Pizzeria.
Mm-mm.
What the fuck? Chat or comment section. Mark is a boomer. One more time. Thank you. Love you. Kisses. That's also a bro moment, Mark.
What's a bro moment?
You not knowing what Papa's Pizzeria is.
I don't.
For someone who grew up in the era of Flash games, you should know what Papa's Pizzeria is.
Okay, I played like cool math games.
Yeah, that is like, a cool math game.
Is it? I never.
Yes.
Okay, I played like Bloons Tower Defense.
Yeah. A classic.
I never played. And that's like all I played.
Oh my god.
Because I was always like, I would always click on coolmath.com like in our computer lab, and I'd be like, Bloons Tower Defense 2. Bloons Tower.
My go-to was always Congregate or
4?
fucking not Doppler back in.
Or should I play Bloons Tower Defense 5?
Bloons Tower Defense 20.
Remember that whack puzzle game where it was like a rectangle?
It was a rectangle.
And you could like.
Where you had like flop around on the level as a rectangle trying to fit through the square hole. I remember that game. That game threw me for a loop because that's back when I like actually only had 2 usable brain cells in middle school. And they were literally only thinking about school and movies because I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really bad at video games for a very long time until my IQ jumped between the age of 13 and 14.
I'm still bad at video games.
I am better now. It just takes me a long time to learn games that aren't racing games. I can catch on to racing games pretty quick. Like Dirt Rally, I think I had that game figured out in 2 weeks.
It took me a little bit, but mostly it was just me trying to learn the
calls.
The calls and the controls. Like getting used to the control scheme for me was the biggest part.
Yeah.
You know what takes forever to fucking learn?
Cock and ball torture.
Okay, Jacob.
You asked.
Jacob is getting next week. Jacob is going to get what are we thinking here, Jacob?
Hugs and kisses. I'd be down for that. I could use some positive human interaction in my life.
Oh.
I'm
lonely.
lonely.
Now I feel bad because I was gonna.
Yeah, you should feel bad. Mark.
We're all lonely. Shut the fuck up, Jacob. You're not allowed to be lonely.
I'm allowed to be lonely. Fuck you.
I'm so wrong.
We live in a society. I am allowed to be lonely.
We live in a society. I hate you.
If there's one thing the Joker movie taught me, is that we live in a society, and you get what you fucking deserve.
In a society.
And stairs.
Stairs?
Yes. I want to take a trip to New York again because I've been to New York since I was like 6.
I've never
just for
been
the
to
fucking
New York.
stairs. But like, it was one of those trips where like I had some family that lived back east, so we went to New York.
Which stairs are the ones that Rocky did his thing on?
That was in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Okay.
It's some state house. I can't think of what state house it is though.
I want to go to those stairs.
It's either like the Massachusetts State House or the Pennsylvania State House.
I want to reenact Rocky and then get shit kicked out of me
by a Russian.
Reenacting Rocky.
By a Russian or by
anyone. By anyone, because
can I sign up?
Be like, is this kid really like reenacting Rocky again? And it'll just be me and my scrawny white ass, just like.
Can I beat your ass? Can I do it?
I'm scared that you'll use your legs and just leg press me into a fucking 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cube.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 135 pounds.
I can squat. Okay, let's see. The most I've ever squatted is in the upwards of 500.
My roommate squatted me plus 180 pounds the other day.
Yeah, I can squat almost 4 of you.
Nice.
On a really good day.
Wow.
Which means I could leg press probably 5 or 6 of you, because my leg press is like 200 pounds over my squat, because that's just the nature of leg press.
Yeah, I wasn't really saying leg press like a leg press machine. I was just saying like you could
like
just,
accordion your spine into nothing.
Yeah.
Crush your head between my thighs.
Yeah, you could just use my legs and just me into a little 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cube.
I mean, I'd honestly like to. I've always wanted to try boxing, not gonna lie, but like I don't like brain damage. That's why I stopped playing football.
Yeah, brain damage and CTE isn't super fun.
It's really not. Oh, God, my brother got concussed playing soccer last year during his senior year of high school.
Oh,
he got just drilled in the head by a soccer ball, like almost point blank. It was an amazing play to A, stop the game, and B, keep it off, BK's side of the field. But holy fuck, like the ball left the end of this kid's foot and hit my brother's head in the same instant. My brother had a double concussion. His brain bounced off the front and back of his skull. That kid was out of school for almost a month.
Jesus. Your brother's gonna be even dumber now.
Dude, no, he's fine. Like, he's a little slower to the plate than he used to be, but I mean, mentally he's all still there. It just took him a month to like actually be able to get back to school, and then another 3 to get back to like 90% of his old cognitive function.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, concussions suck.
Yeah, I've never had a concussion that I know of, but
yeah, I know people that I've hit my head very hard, but I don't think I've ever like actually been diagnosed with a concussion.
Yeah. One time one of my friends was driving in with a couple other friends in his Volkswagen Bug Turbo.
Oh god,
and
scary.
On a dirt road, and he wrecked it. He rolled the car, and he gave one of them a concussion.
Dude.
And this girl, like, it's the person who got the concussion is my friend too. She's like a student athlete too, and in mechanical engineering.
Oh
and
god.
So her life was just fucking hell for like.
Yeah, she can't go to practice. She can't go to class. So she's depressed and behind in school. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. And now because he rolled that car, his parents made him like download an app so they can always see like how fast he's going and where he is.
Yeah, my parents tried to enable that shit. Like when I got a smartphone, just like we would like to track you, and I just kept declining it because my parents didn't know the passcode to my phone, and it had to be the end user verification on both ends. And I'm like, no, fuck that. You don't get to know where I am all the time. I said, that's fucked up. I literally looked at them and said, like, that's not cool. I'm 14 years old. Give me a little autonomy. Because as you know, my parents were quite authoritarian up until I was about 16.
Yeah. They still kind of are.
Yes.
I remember.
They have a lot of control over me, but at the same time, it's starting to dwindle because I'm not under their direct supervision.
Yeah. I remember, was it like last summer, I tried to get you to come to autocross with me?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, my parents won't let me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, For the time being that I still basically live at that house, I'm just gonna try and keep them not angry at me all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'd like a free roof over my head.
Yeah.
And gas in my car, and insurance paid for, and my phone bill paid for.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But at the same time, like, I think my sophomore junior year of high school, I literally, like, my brother and I sat them down and said, the way you treat us over our grades when we don't get A's is abusive. Our mental health is horrible because of you guys. Thank you. And they kind of started to back off after that. Because probably up until sophomore junior year of high school, if we did not have straight A's, we were like yelled at.
Oof.
Yeah. By people who had a C average their entire lives.
Talk about this on the podcast. Maybe not. I don't know. If you want to talk about it, that's fine, Jacob. But
I mean, at this point in my life, I'm beyond it. I'm over it. But it still pisses me off. But parents are parents. Parents are fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta know.
Honestly, most of the time, like, they're just trying to
help
you to your full potential. They're just trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
But
like, for me, it came to a point where I didn't have a social life.
Yeah.
Because of them.
Big rip.
It all changed.
Alrighty. Well,
after life discussion with Jacob, we're gonna end it.
Yeah. And
Thanks
on
for
that
coming.
bombshell. Oh fuck! I can't say that.
You can
and
say
on that bombshell. Oh, nope, can't say that.
What's wrong with the word bombshell?
Oh, I'm assuming that Top Gear has that trademarked. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. I'm assuming they have that trademarked. They probably don't, but like
if they do, that's really shitty of them.
It's like you can't say Mickey Mouse.
It's like how you also
strike you.
bitch.
Well, anyway, stay classy, retards.
Thanks for coming.
And until next time, we will
stay retarded.
Yeah, we will. That's for sure. Yeah.
Mallbrain out.
Bye-bye.
Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start